This is Storytelling with Puppets, and the story this time is called Whose Mouse Are You? It comes from a book by Robert Kraus, adapted from that. And to tell it with puppets, the one tricky thing is you do need a lot of mice. You need 4 regular-sized mice, and then 1 smaller mouse, or a finger puppet if you've got it. They don't have to match. You know, I've got a white mouse in this family and a gray one, and that's fine. They don't even have to be puppets. I don't quite have that many puppets, but I have a little stuffed animal mouse that works just as fine. Most of the mice don't have to do that much. And to tell it with puppets, I pretty much follow, I think, word for word the book, because it's told really neatly, where the narrator of the book is sort of interacting with the main character, who's a little mouse. And this is how that goes. Whose mouse are you, little mouse? I'm nobody's mouse. Nobody's mouse? But what of your mother? My mother? My mother, she's caught in a trap. Oh dear. And what of your father? So before we get to father, just yeah, when you're telling this story, it's sort of melodramatic a little bit, so you kind of, as narrator and then as mouse, you sort of play up the sadness and the fear, and later on that'll all be countered by a nice heartwarming ending. And you sort of do it with a lighthearted, even the parts where Mouse is worried, there's still sort of a half a smile on your face, so he's not too upsetting to really young ones, but does give a little bit of drama. So, what of your father? My father is under the cat. Oh dear. Well, what of your sister? My sister, she's far from home. And that's when I kind of toss the sister puppet out into the audience. And there's a little bit of commotion around it, but someone will hold the sister, will catch the sister, and I'll say, just hold her for a little bit and keep her. And that usually works out just fine. It's not too distracting most of the time. So she's far from home. What of your brother? My brother, I have none. Well, little mouse, what are you going to do about it? I will free my mother from that trap. Mother! And I'll save my father from that cat. Father! I'll find my sister and bring her home. Sister, where's my sister? Does anybody see my sister? And then either it'll happen naturally, or I'll ask the person who has sister, can you pass her up? Or I'll go out into the audience and get her. I'll find my sister and bring her home. Sister! And I'll wish for a brother, as I have none. Well, now whose mouse are you, little mouse? I'm my mother's mouse. She loves me so. I'm my father's mouse, from head to toe. My sister's mouse, she loves me too. And my brother's mouse. Wait a minute, little mouse. Your brother's mouse? My brother's mouse. He's brand new. And that is the story of Whose Mouse Are You? The brother mouse, it's kind of hard to find in a bag or something like that, so I'll usually put him in my pocket so I can grab him really quickly, so he doesn't get mixed up with the other ones, but he's a nice little surprise at the end. And that's a pretty simple story to tell, and a fun one too. So that's Whose Mouse Are You? And that is one way to tell it with puppets.